What's going on, guys? This is Miasin. So a new archetype has just been announced from Power of the Elements, and it is Vernalizer. Oh my god, I mean, the cards look interesting, but there's a huge difference between cute and interesting and competitively viable. So before this video starts, make sure you like and subscribe. Check me out on Twitch and Instagram, and now let's jump right into it. Alright, so the first one is Vernalizer, Fairy of Hills and Blooms. Level 4 Earth Fairy, effect 200 attack, 2000 defense. You can only use the first effect of this card's name once per turn, so you can discard this card and one other monster, or Vernalizer Fairy card. Add one Vernalizer Fairy card from your deck to your hand, except itself. Then you can special summon one Earth monster from your grave, generic, but you cannot activate monster effects for the rest of the turn, except Earth monsters. Yeah, I don't know, that looks a little neggy, just revive back a monster and being locked under Earth. Well, it says for the rest of the turn, not like the whole turn, so in a way, that's not too bad, but Vernalizer Fairy monsters you control cannot be destroyed by card effects. I don't think this is going to be the most relevant effect, unless we have like some broken boss monsters in the extra deck. Alright, the second one is Vernalizer Fairy of Forest and Awakening, level 2 Earth Fairy. Okay, they're all going to be Earth Fairy, I think. 900 attack, 1800 defense, so up until now, everything is Salamangreat El Mirage target. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name once per turn. You can discard this card and one other monster or Vernalizer Fairy card. Okay, so they're always probably going to have this effect as well. Send from your deck to the graveyard one Earth monster that can be normal summoned or set. Then you can special summon one Earth monster with a different name from your grave, but you cannot activate monster effects for the... Okay, so again, the same thing. Literally almost the same effect, but this time you foolish for a monster, whereas before you were actually searching a card. So searching is usually better than foolishing in Yu-Gi-Oh! In general, the huge majority of the time. There are of course some exceptions, like in Phantom Knight, foolishing monsters can arguably sometimes be a little better because you can start reviving back your monsters, and if you have way too many Phantom Knight monsters in your hand, you're not achieving that much more. Whereas if you can foolish, for Fogblade and stuff like that, it's pretty nice. In this deck, though, I don't know if it really achieves something, but you can target one Vernalizer Fairy monster you control. Its current attack becomes double until the end of the turn. Up until now, every single monster is incredibly weak, so it's not the most relevant. Alright, moving forward, we have... I really like the artwork. Vernalizer Fairy of Flowers and Fields. Level 3 Earth Fairy effect, 600 attack, 1600 defense. Yeah, they're pretty much destined to be weaklings. You can discard this card and one other blah blah. Okay, so this one searches in an Earth monster from your graveyard to your hand. No, never mind, this is not as good as I thought. It recycles back from your graveyard to the hand. That's one of the worst mechanics out there. So, yeah, okay. Yeah, so we have Foolish, search from deck to hand, and then recycle back from grave to hand. Your opponent cannot target Vernalizer Fairy monsters you control with card effects. So I guess when you have this in combination with that, your opponent can't target or destroy your monsters by card effects. So I guess the only effect that we're missing in order to have like the full trinity would be your monsters can't be destroyed by battle. I'm not gonna lie, this is kind of underwhelming. I'm not a super big fan, but whatever. They're all like different levels as well. Actually, that's not true. Yeah, so they actually messed up. It's not even level 2. It's level 4, so I don't know what the frig this is. But yeah, no, level 4, level 3, okay, it's not that bad, but being locked under Earth again is a little bit of a pain in the ass. This has one of the most adorable artworks ever. This is literally Winnie the Pooh, but with like a red shirt. Well, actually, this is like a red hoodie. Oh my, so adorable. Vernalizer Fairy of Mountains and Melting Snow. This is the only monster that can't turn into El Mirage because it has way too much attack. Oh my, he's a strong boy. Big teddy bear. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name once per turn, blah blah blah. You can discard this card and blah blah blah. Draw one card, then you can special summon from your graveyard. Okay, so every single monster has that exact effect. There's always like one very small part that varies. So again, this recycles back, this draws a card, this foolishes, and this searches a Vernalizer card from your deck to your hand. So this is probably the best, and they're all Monster Reborns as well. So in a way, there is potential in like the concept, but I don't know. You can target one Vernalizer Fairy monster you control. It can make a second attack during each battle phase this turn. Again, the monsters are weak. Like, even if you double them, this would become 22, and then it can attack twice. Like, big deal. I don't know, that's a little underwhelming, but it is what it is. Okay, the continuous spell. Flower Crown of the Vernalizer Fairy. Earth monsters you control are treated as Vernalizer Fairy monsters. Okay, is this supposed to be like a OTK deck or something now? Once per turn, if a Vernalizer Fairy monster in your hand would discard itself and one other card to activate its effect, You can make it only discard itself. This is what I wanted to see. Because if you always have to discard 2 cards to apply their effects, it's very neggy. But if you only have to discard 1 card and then you draw a card and revive back an Earth from your graveyard, that's pretty freaking awesome. Again, there's still the annoying lock to make it so you can't generically splash like random shit in this deck, but I don't know. This is pretty... this is looking better and better. This is what I'm trying to say. But, I don't know if there's still no monsters announced from the extra deck, and we're already getting to the trap, so only 1 spell card? I don't know, it's, I think we're probably going to get more waves of support for this deck because it really looks unfinished right now. Anyways, now we have Calendar Rotation of the Vernalizer Fairy. Normal trap card, you can only use the first and second effect of this card's name once per turn. Target 1 Vernalizer Fairy monster in your grave, either add it to your hand or special summon it. Alright, okay. During your opponent's turn, if you have no cards in your hand, this kind of clashes with the concept of playing hand traps. Except during the turn this card was sent to the graveyard. Okay, so you can't Foolish Goods and then... actually, no, it's on your opponent's turn anyways. You can banish this card from your grave, special summon as many Vernalizer Fairy monsters with different names as possible from your grave, but return them to the hand during the end phase. So, I mean, they're either sponging damage, or they're just going to be recycled back to your hand. I don't know. It's a little whack. I guess right now you get to recycle back freaking 4 cards from your grave to the hand. That's kind of cute, but is it really broken? It's not too bad. I mean, it's a trap card that does 2 things. So I'll take that any day of the week. So yeah, pretty cool, but not broken. And the final trap card. You can only activate 1 card with this card's name once per turn. Vernalizer Fairy and Flower Buds. Target face-up cards your opponent controls up to the number of Earth monsters special summon from the graveyard with different names. What the frick? Return Earth monsters you control to the hand equal to the number of targets, and if you do, return those targets to the hand. Okay, so it's a little worse than Ritual Beast Steeds. It's very similar to S-Force Chase, the trap card that is very easy to search, but at the same time, I mean, it's not like broken or anything because it bounces back cards. They don't get destroyed, and it's once per turn, so if you draw multiples, not the best. Ritual Beast Steeds didn't target, it destroyed, which I want to say in this situation might be a better like mechanic than bouncing back face-up cards. I don't know, like you can't bounce back like face-down back row, so if you play against like Eldritch, for example, and you go second, you can't really have any interruption against them. Like, they're going set 5 and you're screwed, so this, like I said, is probably going into the right direction. 4 monsters, 1 spell, and 2 traps. Clearly not enough to maybe even make a single combo video on this archetype. So, yeah, like I said, decent, but right now, it's no more than like a 4, probably 4 out of 10. And the only reason why I'm giving it a 4 out of 10 is because I'm acknowledging the potential of, you know, being able to search cards, Foolish, recycle, draw a card, being able to only, like, non-neg way too much with a continuous spell, and it's a soft once per turn. So if you draw multiple copies of this card, it's actually pretty cool because you can apply like this effect 3 times, well, up to 3 times if you have like 3 copies. So yeah, anyways, that's pretty much all I had to talk about and showcase for this video. Let me know what you guys actually think of this archetype in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys very soon. Peace.